Hello. Hi, Stack Jack. Can you hear me? Hello, YouTube land. Hey, Goofy Foot. And Israel's here. Hockey Town. How's it going, guys? I wasn't quite sure 4x4. I thought maybe you were off-roading or something. Stack Jack ain't here right now. I just went live and I didn't tell him that I was jumping on here. I don't know if he's available or not. If so, I think I got my audio issue, at least being able to hear him, fixed. I had to connect my Bluetooth headphones and then restart my computer. And I seem to have audio coming through my headphones now. Never had any headphones connected to this computer here, so that I guess maybe solved it. And hopefully everything remained the same the last time we were streaming. So when he does, if and when he does jump on, hopefully there aren't any hiccups there. But hanging out in the shop today. I also thought I'd play around with, let's try this overhead cam situation. Well, that ain't it. I mean, that's supposed to be it, but that ain't it. Let's see. Well, let's first turn this on because it ain't on. And oh yeah, that's right. May not be able to do this right away. Let me see. Hey, thanks, Hockey Town. Coming along. I like the texture that how it's turning out. Makes it look a little bit more like plastic. Let's see. I think I need to install. What are these things called again? App. Let's see if we can. I've never had these cameras hooked up to this computer. I forgot about that. I forgot that I need a plugin app installed. Webcam app download. Mm-hmm. Yep. Awesome. I'll bet if Cornercade comes, I'll update him that I'll be fed. Yeah, they're turning out pretty good though. While that downloads, I can grab one. Well, here's a bezel. Just the bezel itself. Hey, hey, where are you going? Get back over here. Can you believe that? The camera just like looked away when I went to show it something. It was just like put it in front of its face, and it was like, no, I'm not gonna look at it. Real choppy. That I can't do much about. I don't know what's going on there. I restarted the computer, so I should have like a nice, good connection, but I don't know. I'm on Wi-Fi out here in the shop too, so that's one the bezels. But here's one all put together too. This one had a little. I was a little heavy-handed on the texturing, so it has it's a little glossy at the side of it. Let's see if we can get it into picture. Don't zoom in. I'm trying to. There we go. Don't zoom in, I said. Anyways, there it is, guys. I don't know. Follow me over here. Camera's got a mind of its own. Check it out on Discord. Posted some pictures there. Try to post a few more once I get it. I'm gonna drop it into my play choice or Mario. I gotta swap some things out and do some double checking of some changes that I've made. One for all my cabs. Yeah, I'm trying to got them to work with bicep motors too. Yeah, I don't know. I can probably cut some different internal designs and stuff so that could drop in one-up monitors or right now I just got them fit in my Dells, but I do have buy stuff monitor that or upgrade bezel and kit that I put in my TMNT. If I have time, I can pull it out and try to check the specs on their displays and see if I can do a bezel that would fit up with it. Got to get these all going for my play choice and build a choice. Build a choice. I have a hard time. I can't keep remember what I name those things. I always confuse it with Glenn's Buildicade. They're a little too close. But doing the monitors first for my customers for the play choice and build choice, and then try to do some for purchase for people to mod and upgrade, and they should be able to drop right into one-up cabs. So that's the goal and plan here. That that's probably why I got choppy. I was downloading that thingamabob. Let's open it back up. Try to install it. There she is. Let's go here. Come on. We got work to do. Come on. There we go. Install. I don't think so, because I already got you doing it once. I think I hit it one too many times. Yeah. Keep going. Next. Next. Install. Setup. Preparing. We're installing. Might be in business here in a few minutes. What's that? The ghosts want to play also. That's why the camera. Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's got a mind of its own. Dinner's not very good. That's what we get for trusting Facebook. Shouldn't trust Facebook. That's how you ended up with me. Saiyan Spirits is here. And let's see if I can figure this out. Ojibwa? Is that right? Ojibwa? Ojibwe? I don't know. Who else is here? That's everybody. Miss G.I. Joel, of course. She came out and saw me streaming, so she has to keep an eye on me, make sure that I'm not getting out of line, not telling fabricated lies about the leaves outside. I mean, how could I even make stuff up like that? Ojibwa. 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 Ojibwa.
Like it, like
Ojibwa. Ojibwa.
I think so.
Ojibwa. Got it. Maybe. Ojibwa.
And I think it's not good because the onions are still crunchy. Because
And maybe let it cook down a little bit.
that's what I'm doing. But I cook the pasta separate because the kids wouldn't eat the pasta mixed in. You're supposed to like let the pasta rehydrate in the mixture. So I'm still letting it cook, and I might add more beef broth to it and let it keep going. But
Probably because you didn't use kielbasa.
no.
She's trying to tell me smoked sausage is the same as kielbasa. Told her it ain't.
Cal did finish his dinner.
Cal did?
Cal did.
Good boy, Cal. Looking for cameras. Shot table ready. All right, connect. Okay. Does it say that we're connected? We are connected. All right, let's jump over to, I believe it's this. No. And we'll go settings. No. Where? Video capture. Video capture 2, I think, is it. Let's turn this off for a second. Do I disappear? I don't disappear. That's the collab cam. Let's try to tell it to use this camera here. Trying. It's on. It's not connecting though. Maybe we won't have this going tonight. Let's see. It does say connected, right? Yeah, ready. Do I have to tell it to connect? Yeah, there we go. Now we're making some progress. We're cooking with peanut oil. Hey, Prince Vinny. Good to see you. All right, we got that. That's up there. That's what I wanted, right? Why is it black? Shouldn't be black, though. There we go. Now we just need to flip them. Because I don't want any big. So let's see. I want settings. Settings. Oh, 360 cam. Yeah. Okay. Close. And then we want to switch, I think this, yep, this one to this one. I have a feeling this is going to screw up. Ah, geez, where'd you go? Alright, I'll have to do this the old-fashioned way. Switch to that. Beef steaks. Yum. Close. Alright. Did I hide that? What the heck? I did. There we go. Alright. Let me jump over to this one. Yeah, that's me there. So now we switch to this overhead view. We got this. Why is that not showing up there now? Did it disconnect down here? We're connected. Should be. We just had it. Krypton Slaston? Welcome. They are coming along. Just starting to move into them. I just upgraded the monitors and bezels to something a little nicer. Hopefully you guys will like. Not 100% sure why. We just had it up. Wouldn't be a Game Gear Garage without some sort of technical issues of trying to pull stuff out. Where is this camera? I'm just going to delete it. Yeah, do it. I'm going to add a new one. Video capture. Come on. Add new source. Add. We want this. Here we go. Close. Alright. Now we'll take this guy. This is going to suck because I'm using a trackpad rather than the mouse. What's going on here? Let's move this up. There we go. I'll take this. Move it here. Move this here. Do this. And pull this down. A little bit further. All right. I think we got there, guys. Wasn't easy, but we did it. So let's see. That's about our area. Let's move this over and then I can keep track of where we're putting things a little bit more. I can use this square as my guide until I adjust things further, but that way I kind of know things are in this square. You guys can see. These are the stealth amps we're working on. How's that? I think it all looks good. And take these out because, for one, stock jock ain't here and they're yelling at me saying that the battery's already almost dead. I will throw them on the charger for a minute or two here. Maybe. All right, cool. Didn't know, but G.I. Joe soldered all those microcircuits on those boards too. I did. Now we're gonna do a few more. No, that would be a pain, and will be well out of my wheelhorse of abilities. I mean, I could do it, I suppose, if I tried. I could figure it out and learn it, but I wouldn't be very good and efficient at it. That's for sure. But I do put this little heat sink on here for you. This is the best that I can find being made by the Chinese without me having to talk to them and just buying these bits and bobs. But I'm making all the rest. Make that. We got a little bezel here, so this gets screwed on down here, and then this gets snapped in here, and it locks in. So this loops into your hole on your deck. In our case, underneath the deck, you have some holes cut, but it's basically designed as long as you have room here. You can mount this on your multi-gate build or deck or whatever. And so you'd essentially have like almost like an arcade cabinet button. It protrudes out a little bit so that you can get your fingers on it to be able to turn and adjust the volume. But it blends in nicely, I think, with the rest of your buttons. Looks more appropriate on the top of your deck. You're going to have it there. Just got possessed by audio breakup. The heater just kicked on back. Supposed to drop down to like -10 tonight on the weekend. So, yeah. Put these on the website for people that are interested and want to purchase them separately for their own builds, not just creating full finished arcade cabinets here ourselves, but trying to provide modding parts for all you guys. They're supposed to be a dual channel 50-watt amp. They have a mounting hole here, mount it to your MDF board, whether it's on the deck or under the deck. And your retaining loop here also, or retaining bezel ring, has a hole in it too for mounting and affixing that to your deck. We have this right angle 3.5 millimeter jack, and it converts your plug so you don't have to worry about trying to plug your audio And at the bottom. That's that. Hey, Gamer Fridge. How's it going? Are you at work right now? No, it's Thursday. We're supposed to work tomorrow. Saw people saying. Not sure if you're going to go in. You can tell everybody to stay home tomorrow. We later on add a USB power to it and a couple of audio jacks. These plug right into our speakers on the build choice. This does have dual channel output, but build choice on Donkey Kong, Nintendo cabs all have just a mono speaker to them. So, but if you're buying one as a kit or building your own thing, you have dual output and future proof. I believe Robotron has dual output sound, does it not, Sockjock? I plan on using these Robotron and all future other cabs coming out of G.I. Joe gaming cabinets. Unless we find something even better, new and improved and better. Trying to build any things that can be interchangeable as possible. So pump out a bunch of them at once. Have them stocked up on the shelf in a box. Oh, it's all like backwards. So the stealth amp. It all comes packed in there. Yeah. Noise isolator, some cables, that good stuff. I try, Goofy Foot. I'm trying. I know it's taken a little while to get everybody their stuff, a lot longer than promised, but not totally just laying around doing nothing here. So, are making improvements. Like I said, I think the last show may have jumped the gun and jumped into this early. Showing you guys just a quick prototype and taking on pre-orders and stuff. But all this probably wouldn't have happened had it not been for that in pre-orders, the cabs that have been going out, and getting feedback and things like that. So just here in the garage and trying to do more of this mass production, things that I could make go quicker, and some of those things like the bezel, we wouldn't have that bezel probably if it weren't for me trying to find a better way to do the bezels. So originally I was just kind of copying what everybody else was doing, trying to make a replica, what 19-inch version of arcade one-ups and kind of doing how my stuff was doing theirs. don't know if that was how Bicep was doing their bezels or not, but I know with one-ups and stuff, they kind of had the blacked out plexi and stuff around the borders. I was trying to imitate that way that everything was mounted, but it pain in the butt to black out those bezels and bring that out. Never really cared for the too much either, so I was trying to figure out ways speeding that process up a bit and eliminating the part that I hate. And by doing so, we got the CRT bezel. And then you can see the CRT bezel is completely finished. So it's not like a blacked out piece of MDF. It's completely finished. And then we drop our plexi on it. And I can just drop a piece of clear plexi on it. I don't have to black out plexi and have it match up to block out the edges of the monitor. Because this is basically what the monitor looks like underneath before we put down our plexi. And so yeah, essentially we have something like this, slips over it, hides the metal frame around the edges. But that was kind of replicating the one-up business and monitors. And it was a pain in the butt trying to do these. I hate working with vinyl and laminating stuff up, and then it's also transparent. So you're putting a piece of black on the backside, and then you want it to be as good looking on this side as you can, which is the side you don't normally see when you do vinyl. So you end up having to really lay it on there right so you don't see bubbles. And I mean, even this one, there's some anybody that's done screen protectors on their phones before, if you get any little bit of dust and dirt underneath there, you get a little bubble. Let me tell you, it's dusty and dirty. So that was a big bottleneck for building these things. Not only does, at least in my opinion, and most of the people I've seen or I've shown it to, and the feedback I've gotten, these look way better and they're way easier for me. So that wouldn't have came about without me having to jump into all this, trying to make things work. Same thing with these amps. We have a much smaller amp. Feedback from everybody. They just weren't cutting it. We're a great amp. All the stock got stuff. Yeah. It's a nice little one on everything. What we got going on over here? Going to work on the arcade instead. Stock Jack Joel does go above and beyond. I already read that, but I'll read it again. Thanks, Foot. You haven't even, I haven't even got you your stuff that you've seen it in person. So hopefully it doesn't disappoint. I think so, though. Usually, if something looks good on screen, a lot of the time it's better even in person. Along with that one doctored and edited. Yeah, same spirits. I know. I'm pretty sure, at least, but I feel bad that I made kind of promises or whatever I did say. 8 weeks, well past that. I just know people are excited, want their stuff, trusted me with their money and stuff. No, nobody, no name person and company. A lot of the guys, it's their first time ever ordering anything but day 2 stuff. And everybody is delayed on stuff. I didn't really want to be another be delayed and disappoint anybody. Or that stuff is what it is. I think what I'm doing here is kind of unique. Not to toot my own horn, but a little impressive, I guess. Probably the only person out there doing everything basically themselves. Glenn has a team. Most of his stuff's being manufactured, for him. Um, John D, he's got a team of people that are collaborating with him, and he's working with designers, there's people in China, marketing people, software people, kind of a one-man designing the cab, building and machining it here in my shop, packing it, shipping it, doing graphics as needed, some of the custom stuff on the decks that needed to match up with my goals, and managing my website, making images for the website, uh, applying the emails, customer service, kind of doing all that by myself, but I am lucky and fortunate. This community is great. I could do it all and be where I am without the help of this community. People doing even my riders. I would have had to buy every single one-up cab in order to take dimensions and designs off of it to be able to provide all the versions that I have out there. But fortunately, the people in the community are happy to work with me and back and forth on the internet. Coming up, working on designs and sending them stuff to try. And got some exciting stuff going on too with the bezel on the community. Brett Burner, yeah, got some cool ideas for it. See if we can work in. Name apparently has ways to emulate put filters on to curve the graphics a bit to get even better look of the curved bezel and stuff, kind of emulate the scan lines. Looks pretty cool, the stuff that he shared with me. Kind of excited. So that's something maybe do enough research, tinkering and figuring out to do, but I don't have time for that. But he's willing and wanting to play around with it, share it back with me. Hopefully it works out, have an even cooler product. Have to, I don't know if you like a update patch for my builds that people can download on the Discord or something if they want to figure out how to make CRT virtually
graphically. But I think the bezels alone, they look pretty cool. Just the icing on the cake. That it's something. I guess right now what he knows works in sort of name in DC. We're trying to run our pies. So it's gonna take a little bit more research and tinkering. If anybody wants to help out, mess around with it. Actually already knows. Feel free to reach out. I do appreciate the help. Not trying to get rich off of any of this stuff. Just trying to pay my bills and offer cool stuff to the community. And Hockey Town, yeah, I did 3D print. We used the AMPS. Lining them up. 3D printing them. Mounts and the knobs and the retaining ring. Printing. Benefits of a 3D printer. The first thing I got started, got out of college. Lots of them sent way back then. They were pretty rudimentary. Nothing like they are now. Don't use it as much. CNC gets the most use. What we got? Hey, you're not even looking at me. You're supposed to. That's what we got this set up for. 25%. I do have a wife that definitely helps out a ton. This stuff as well. When and where she can, and then when not, she is working hard, trying to offset income, pay the rest of our bills, working full time, taking care of my boys. Taking care of me. Call her the intern, but mostly because she doesn't need me. Let's see. Yeah, my son unstuck in his driveway after the unstuck. Oh, I thought you were stock jock there for a minute. It's like unstuck in your driveway from down in Florida. What kind of weather you guys get? But no, that was Gamer Fridge. I can imagine he was stuck. We've got piles of snow out there. It's not stopping and letting up. Got it 15 to 18 inches, and then now it's going to stop, but we're supposed to get like negative 10 degrees or something. Hear about the biopsy tomorrow. Hopefully everything goes well. Hockey Town. Everything, your back is good. Hey, Jason. I mean, little alien. And prepping for the storm. You didn't miss much. It was more technical difficulty, technical issues, but getting there. Check this out, guys. If you haven't, it took me a little while in life to discover these wire strippers. So I've had other regular wire strippers with like the little holes or whatever where you stick the wire in and you pull it out and cuts it or whatever. But they don't fully cut it all around. And, kind of, you have to, I don't know, paint. These guys, they got this little jaw on the top of them. So you basically stick your, I have these trimmed. So you stick your wire down in here, they cut down and they grab the edges, cut and they pull it. And then we just twist it, this, pull it off. We got ourselves a stripped wire. These are amazing and game changer when I discovered them. Bought a pair for my dad, even though he's kind of gotten to the point in life where probably doesn't need them. We always used to around. We did our own additions, things like that. Lots of wiring and stuff like that around his house, and it was either using the regular ones with the holes and stuff, or the half grippy claws, or using a pocket knife to strip them, depending on how urgent. It works for things that are coated too, like this one has two inside of it. Don't really need to strip these down, but I can show you guys. They grab and pop that off without cutting your wires underneath. So, game changer for me. If you haven't seen those before, check them out, guys. You can do two at a time too. In there, it's a little trickier. That's my tool tip for the evening. Get yourself a nice pair of clamp down wire strippers. Don't go with the little cheap. I always forget which way you need to go to. They got them labeled on the back. So this is the other issue is that these are small wires. I don't really like dealing with these. So, as I've mentioned before, I think when I was talking to Stock Guy, first talking and introducing these new AMPS on previous streams. If your amp doesn't work when you first get it, wire connections. Even though I try to wipe them down lately, sometimes not seated just right or something. Wiggle loose. There's our finished one. Oh, we lost the zip. Cowboy. Cowboy right in bed. There we go. There's that one. I'll run in and grab the boxes that I had the intern make up. Boy is already, they just came in the door earlier and they were in the process of coming in the door. When school called and it informed us that it already canceled. I think due to the cold weather. Yeah, this in there. We put the bezel ring in there. Put a second one in there because they got these little tiny fingers on them that a little delicate. So I've been putting in 2 for now. Make sure that they're good to go. And any accidents along the shipping path and the installation path, they should be good. Noise isolator gets dropped in there. And 3.5 to 3.5 jack. Oh, and what did we do with those? Around here somewhere. Gotta remember. Ah, mounting screws. So just a note on these. There are 2 different sizes, 2 different thicknesses. One, the thicker one, goes on the mounting ring. The thinner one goes on the back side, the mount. Those are little spacer things. That's that. What we got? They definitely are, sock jock. Those type of wire strippers are a game changer. Kong taught you about them? Oh yeah, I didn't see that stream. I didn't find Kong until a little later, and he was kind of past a lot of his modding stuff, at least after he started doing all of his builds and stuff that he was offering to the community. Hey, J-Rod. Good to see you. Marine 50's here. Nice to have you. Sorry, Stock Jock. I got my haptics kit today too, but I don't know when I'm gonna put it in, if ever. I don't know when I'm going to be able to find time for it. I was wondering the same thing when Stock Jack first told me he was getting a 3D printer. Wondering what he might use it for, but I am also curious to see what he starts building and making with it. These are already stripped. I don't even know. The sounds of it is quite a process to haptics kit, and at least it sounds like it from everybody that's gotten theirs previously and trying to put it in. Sounds like it takes some time doing things in a certain right order. I'm not a good doing things in the right order type guy. Following instructions and things, especially if there's a special order that things need to be done. A lot of the time I can look at something and see what it is and how it needs to go in, and so it's hard for me not to just like jump the gun and just start putting the things where they need to go. But if there's like a certain order that they need to go and be installed, like it sounds like people have been saying you got to do the firmware update first or something. That would not be my go-to thought when I open the box to update my firmware. My go-to would be, oh, that thing I can tell mounts there, this thing goes there. I'm going to start plugging and putting all that in, and then discover something that I don't know where it goes, and then I'll look at the instructions, figure out what it is and where it goes. But you're supposed to have wrestling practice tonight, but we decided to not. Roads were Producer said the roads were looking pretty bad. We were starting to get drifting, whiteout conditions and stuff. And that was while it was bright and the sun hadn't gone down yet. It only gets worse after the sun goes down. So we decided to not do that today. Like I said, as soon as the boys walked in from school and got home, we got a phone call from the school saying that school is already canceled for tomorrow. James, how's it going, James? Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying, Stock Jock. A lot of the time I look at the instructions when something comes and it's like, all right, oh man, I see what this is. These instructions are a pictographical representation of the least creative way putting this thing together. And then I toss them aside and I do it my own way. What else? Hopefully solenoids you installed already don't get in the way. Yeah, you remember that? Yeah, I'm wondering how that's going to work out, Hockey Town. I got the Cleveland solenoids, so already started to install my own haptics in this arcade when I first got it. Installed the Cleveland solenoids. Yeah, I don't know how those are going to affect things. I'm curious of whether or not I can use them with it and whether or not I'm going to need them with it. They would enhance the experience or not. That I don't know. Oh, not too sure how that's going to go. I already had it tore apart. I didn't just install the Cleveland solenoids and the haptics. I also installed Glenn's gate switchers in it. So I have all that stuff inside there as well. Be able to switch my gates from 4 and 8-way. So I was really thinking that I'd be able to use it for virtual arcade experience too, but that don't seem like that's progressing too well. So far, personally, I haven't been too impressed with the virtual pinball experience either, but I think that's just my mileage. I've just had a rough time with that whole X arcade and stuff, trying to get my dongle connected and things like that. Always, I ran into all the problems that everybody was reporting, and I had all of those. Then at one point in time, something came loose. I had no power to it. I had to tear it all apart and do that, fix that. But that was probably on me for tearing it apart right when I first got it and installing all the other stuff. So that's not blamed on them. I don't know. I enjoy JoJo uses the VR way more than I do. I enjoy playing mini golf with everybody when I can. That's a lot of fun. I mean the VR pinball it's cool, but for me it's just I don't know. Get a little bit of motion sickness, I think, with it. But it's not all that enjoyable. And as much as I am not a social person, I do like the social aspect of the mini golf, and there's not any social aspect to the pinball. And like I said, everything's been a pain trying to get everything to connect anytime I go to use it. It becomes like an hour ordeal, and a lot of the time I don't even resolve whatever problem I was having, and I just leave mad, pissed off, and frustrated. So, and then I don't want to revisit and come back to it for a few weeks or more. Just I haven't been able to use the X Arcade too much. I haven't had a whole lot of positive, good experiences with it encouraged me to want to revisit it and play with it more. I think it's cool and a unique idea, and I like the idea. We don't have any other options as far as experiencing games like that, so I want to keep it around and try to get into it. I mean, I have like over a dozen regular arcades and VR pinball machines and stuff in there, so that's the only way to be able to do VR stuff. It has a lot of potential, so. What are you doing, Stock Jock? Are you putting your X Arcade haptics in right now? You want to jump on and chat? I should probably eat some of my dinner. Probably cold already by now. It smells good. I did add more Power Hockey Town. That is one of my favorite shows. Home Improvement. Being tool guy and Detroit based. It resonated a lot with me. I'm often a more power type guy, building and modding and upgrading. A lot of time I forget to even turn something on when it comes to make sure that it works before I start tearing it apart and modding it. There you got some. Am I streaming over Yo Retro? I think they started a little bit ago, didn't they? 8 o'clock. Are they on right now? I didn't even check. Pretty sure Brian said he was gonna go on and they were having a show tonight. They are. I should probably jump off of here and let you guys get over to them. Probably seen enough amp building you want to see for the night. Maybe for the year. Yeah, they did. All right. Well, I will sign off, I think. Let you guys go check them out. Give your full attention to Brian and half dozen. And I'll eat my dinner and keep working on this stuff. Try to do another stream tomorrow or over the weekend. We're doing something different. putting something else together maybe, and you guys can watch and we can chit chat. See if Stock Jack will be available sometime. Get him on and him and I can chat and he can pay a little closer attention to what's going on in the chat too, so I don't miss anything. If I miss somebody commenting or asking me a question, I apologize. Last box, did I put the, I don't know, quality control? Oh, yep, they're in here. Thanks for checking on me though, Hockey Town. Appreciate it. I wouldn't put it past me at this point, especially when I'm talking to you guys. I start getting a little distracted because I try having to split my attention between what I'm saying and what I'm doing. I'm not very good at that. I'm a one attention kind of guy. One attach. It's not. Come on. Which way you gotta go here? Guess I have to go put something else on the CNC and running back there idle with my original one. Doesn't have an auto turn off on the router cutter. It's been running back there. I threw a bezel on there before I started this. It's been done for a while. It is sitting back there running. You need to either turn it off or throw something else on. Oh my. These had noise isolator in it, right? Ah, that's what we were missing. That's what we were missing, Hockey Town. You did notice that I at least did not put something in there. Wasn't the bezels, and this one didn't get one. Uh-oh, I better go back and check. It's like I forgot to, I was forgetting to put noise isolators in most of these. That one's gone. All right. Yeah, the rest, I stopped opening them and got distracted, I think. Yep, he's officially quality control. This is like the quality control that, what is it, UPS and them have? Amazon or whatever, when they try telling them that they forgot to put something in the box. Sometimes tell Amazon you didn't receive something. They can go back a lot of the time and review footage of the box being packed. And they know whether or not something was included or not. Kind of hockey towel is my eyes in the sky. I gotta put together, it's just trying to do 100 things at once and move this stuff out too. I gotta put together like a little mini checklist when I'm doing these. Kind of just go through and, all right, we put that in, we put that in, we put that in. It's good to go. This one's got, like I said, Stock Jock, I'm sending you a kit that has this guy in it. I've already sent you one of these. I'm getting low on these. Got a pile of these because they were coming in a lot of my amps, I think. Not all of them, but Be nice to be able to send some of these in there. I'm using my old ones for now because I know they're extra long and that they will work and fit for everybody, but be nice to know that these work. Or I could try it out on my own cabinet. Maybe I'll do that too. But that would pull it, that would require me having to pull it away from the wall and tear into it. I need to do that anyways because I'm going to confirm the fitment of these bezels. New bezels. All right, guys. I am going to sign off here. Let you guys check out, give your full attention over to Yo Retro. James is going to be starting up, hopefully, I think, too, in 30 minutes. So appreciate you guys swinging by and spending some time with me. I'll try to do it again here before the week's end.